for the applause, applause. Wait that you cheer and scream for me. Applause.
2, 1. We're live. Christina Shaw.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. So everybody, this girl does like so many things. She's a singer, an impersonator. She has a podcast. She does everything. And an amazing, hardworking girl. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You're very welcome. Very welcome. So you have this new show. Well, it's fairly new, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Blond Invasion with no E.
Yes.
Blonde with no E.
No E.
Okay.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
So it's at, is it Planet Hollywood?
It's at Planet Hollywood at the V Theater. It's a 7 p.m. show, runs Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
And we opened in middle of April, and it's been so much fun. Oh my God. Dream come true, seriously. Yeah.
Really?
It's awesome.
So who's in the show? There's 3 of you, right?
Yeah, so it's a tribute show to Lady Gaga, Madonna, and Britney Spears. Madonna is played by Cody Alexander, and Britney is played by Katie Murdoch. And then we have an all-male dance crew. We have 4 dancers a night, and they rotate sometimes in and out for different gigs and stuff. But they're amazing. Those dancers work harder than any of us do in the show. They are incredible. Really? They are in almost every single number. Yeah. And it's a great show. It's a very concert feel show. So it's not like you're sitting in a show and you're watching. Like a lot of times we see people like dancing in their seats and screaming, singing along, and so it's really like interactive. We go into the crowd a lot and dance, and it's so fun. It's awesome.
That sounds great. Yeah. So you are Lady Gaga.
Yes, I do Lady Gaga.
Okay, and you've also done Lady Gaga in other shows, right? Did you not do Lady Gaga in Legends in Concert?
No, I strictly do Christina Aguilera in Legends in Concert.
Okay, and is Legends still happening?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where is Legends?
They are at the Tropicana.
At the Tropicana.
Yeah, they moved like a bunch of times. When I was in it, we were at Harrah's.
Yeah, and they before that, I think they were at the Imperial Palace.
Yes.
Before they tore that place down and made the link.
Oh, I love the Imperial Palace.
I know,
the
right?
old Vegas days.
I know, everything's become so like
different.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's different, and I mean, in some ways for the better.
Yeah.
In some way, they've really upped their game as far as, there's not a lot of ratty old places like there used to be that you could get your, $1.25 drinks and all.
Well, there's always Fremont Street.
Well, there's that.
But you have to keep that.
Yeah.
But even that they're like redoing crazy. Like they tore down like, I want to say about a third of it. No, I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I love about Fremont Street is
lots of things.
Well, yeah. Tony from the owner of Zappos bought all of that land all the way on the other side of Fremont Street. And now it's almost like a little New York City or something.
Yeah, it's very hip and trendy, and it's awesome.
And cool. And, and not pretentious and not corporate oriented, and which I love.
A little less scary to go down there now.
Yeah.
For
really
sure.
not scary at all. And some great restaurants.
Oh, yes.
I love Latai.
Latai, yes. I was just gonna say that. And Eureka down there is really good too.
Oh, really?
Oh, they. For a while, I was doing gluten-free and dairy-free, and the chef literally came out and was like, "Okay, I can make you this, I can make you that." Like they're very accommodating for
Eureka,
okay. I have lots of vegan friends, gluten-free friends, and I actually had my birthday party there, and they're so accommodating. And they actually have this huge like whiskey area too, like part of their restaurant where it's like whiskey is just their their thing there.
Well, in honor of that, we should do a shot of whiskey.
Okay, let's do it.
Are you serious?
No, I have a show. I can't.
Okay.
But if we did the podcast yesterday, I would have been like, let's do it.
I know I'm not much of a day drinker, but you know, I would if you. How long has the Blond Invasion thing been going on now? Like,
It actually originated as a Britney Spears, Michael Jackson show, and
Really?
and that was, I want to say, the end of last year. I wasn't involved in it in that time, but it was originally, Michael and Britney, and things had fell apart. So then they decided to rebrand it and remarket it, and they decided to make it a
Yeah.
Britney, Madonna, Gaga show.
Yeah.
And that's when they had contacted me. Actually, Johnny Stewart is the idea behind the show, and Johnny Stewart is the creator.
Is he the producer and creator of the whole thing?
Oh, well, yes. So he produced and created Legends in Concert back 30 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's
Been in the business for a
okay.
very, very long time, so he knows his way around the city.
Yeah.
So he was kind of the brains behind it, and then brought in Jordy Perry, who's our choreographer, co-producer, and then also his boyfriend, who is our producer too. Like there's 3 producers of our show basically, and that's Cody. So we have a great team behind us helping us, and Jordy is super talented in the way he put together the show. We have this amazing lighting, LED lights during the
cool.
show. So yeah, it's not your typical, sit down and watch, show. It's a very visually stimulating show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, do they still have? Is Vegas the show still going on at V Theater?
Yes. That's
okay.
in the Saks Theater.
Yeah. And you're not in the Saks
We're
Theater.
in the V Theater. So we're in the
okay.
same theater as Zombie Burlesque. Mm-hmm. And then there's 3 theaters. There's V1, V2, and V3. We're in V3.
Oh, okay.
There's an Elvis show, All Shook Up, in V2. There's the variety show in V1. So there's so many shows. They're literally, the shows are back to back to back to back.
Yeah, I know they've got a lot going on.
It's incredible,
down there.
yeah.
It's really cool. I mean, so how long have you actually been in Las Vegas?
I've been here since 2011.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a little bit of a newbie, not...
Yeah, it's getting, oh my God, almost be 10 years, in 2 more years. But I moved in August, so.
From
Philadelphia.
Oh, you're from Philly, okay.
Born and raised, yeah.
Do you know Gabriella Versace?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you knew. Yeah,
Yeah,
Gabby's
of course.
actually been on the podcast. She's a good friend of mine. I was a keyboard player in town, a keyboard player, a guitar player, and her and I played in a band together.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's actually been on the podcast. She's one of my favorite people.
She's really cool.
Yeah, she's just awesome, I mean, isn't it? I mean, what about the people in this business?
Amazing. Seriously.
I mean, the people who are anybody who's been, had some amount of success. What a community we have here.
Oh, it's.
I mean, right?
Yes, it literally melts my soul, like in a good way. Like
I know.
Everyone is so supportive and so friendly and so inviting.
Yeah.
And that's I love lots of things about Vegas, but I was so shocked moving here because when I came from Philly is a very, very hard town, and it's a very rough, and everyone's miserable and everyone's mad and angry, and it's not the city of brotherly love. It's I call it the city of brotherly shove. So when I moved here, I had that attitude, that Philly mentality. Like,
sure.
When you walk by someone, you don't look at them, you don't smile at them. Here, this town, we're always smiling at people, always, introducing ourselves and being super friendly. And it took me a good year to break down that wall that I had up from living in Philly most of my life, or all of my life.
Yeah.
But this town, man, I mean, everyone is just, and so talented too, and just... Yeah, I adore everything about this city and what it has to offer. I will never move unless some great opportunity comes. I love this city so much. I really do.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And I mean, I know you've probably met you probably have met a ton of the other female singers in town, and everybody knows everybody, and it's great, isn't it? It really
awesome.
is. Yeah. So what did you do when you first moved here? How did you break yourself in? What was like?
So
like, how did it all? Well, why did you move here in the first place? I guess would.
So Legends in Concert actually brought me out here from Philly to perform as Christina Aguilera at Harrah's, and that was in 2010. And I was here for about 4 months, and then they put me over in Foxwood in Connecticut. And I was there for 2 months, and
I've played in Foxwood many times.
It's beautiful there.
It's
oh my
great,
God!
isn't
I mean,
it?
it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I went home to Philly, and I was like, "What am I doing here? I'm doing nothing with my life. Like, yeah, I'm an impersonator, but there's only so many gigs in New York and New Jersey and Philadelphia that I can take. And you know, I would travel, but they're only a couple a year, you know. And I was working at a car dealership at the time. And I was just like, "What am I doing?" My mom was like, "You should move to Vegas," and I was like, "Oh my God." Maybe. Okay. So I literally had no job. I packed my bags and I moved to Vegas with nothing. And I was like, you know what? And my parents were so supportive, and they were like, and what they said to me really, really was comforting. They said, if you ever want to come back, just come back. You can have your room back. You know, I was like 24, 23. You can have your room back, and that's it. You know, you don't be afraid to come back. And I was like, you know what? You're right. And that always was in the back of my mind. If I fail, if I don't like it, if I don't have any, you know, for whatever reason, I could always move back. Yeah. So that going into it was so comforting to know that I had that support,
of course,
from my mom and dad. So it was great. So then I moved out here in 2011, and I started go-go dancing at local clubs like Hyde and Carnival Court and just all the nightclubs out here. I just went in auditions
at Carnival Court.
And
That's
just
awesome.
go-go dancing. And then I had met Chris Phillips, who is Zoe Bowie here in town.
Know Chris very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So within a year of living here, I was in Chris's band. And so I was in Chris's band for a year.
So was Niave in the band at the same time? So it was Lydia in the band?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So it was when his counterpart that he was, Marley, I believe her name was.
Yeah, Marley.
She was in the band for, years and years and years. Then she left.
Yeah.
And he had auditions. And every week we'd have new girls in, and he'd keep around the ones that he liked. So he always kept around me and Nieve for a while, and then he'd bring other girls in, and they would never work out. So in the end, it ended up just being me and Nieve, and then he brought Christina Amato in. So it was the three of us who were in the band for about a year. And then, and Lydia was in it, and it was awesome. It was a great experience.
And Jamie Lynch is...
Now she's
still doing it, I think.
Yeah, and so now it's Jamie and Nieve now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
That experience, I tell Chris all the time.
That probably catapulted you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I met so many people.
Yeah.
Being in his band.
And anywhere near Chris, you're bound to be.
And he is such an amazing, genuine person. Like, you see, what you see is what you get with Chris. Like, people always say, like, how really is he? He is really like that.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from him. I really did. I mean, the way the fans, the way he talks to you and the way he talks to the fans, it's not just all about Chris. It's about, well, what is your name and what do you do? And I watched and I learned a lot of how he interacted with people and how he conducted himself. And it was eye-opening. It was very I learned a lot from him.
Here's the thing with Chris, and this is my assessment of Chris, and in a extremely great, respectful way. Chris is all about not necessarily how I'm the pitch perfect, amazing singer, but it's how you relate to that audience, and he is a master. Yes. Of relating to the
100%
audience.
100% agree with you.
Absolute
It's not
master.
about him. It's about them. It's about the band. It's about everything coming together, about the performance, about the dancing, and what he brings and his crazy fan kicks. And he is just a ultimate performer.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah, and I learned so much from him. It was an honor to be a part of Zoe Bowie.
And the great thing about Chris is he's going to still be doing this when he's 70. Is he not? He is, right?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, and he will probably still be doing his kicks and his... But
I don't know about that. Well, when you have Chris on your podcast, you ask him that question. How long are you going to be doing these kicks for?
Oh, right? But he's just great. Yeah. So then it went for you. It went from I didn't realize that was your first actual singing gig. That's so cool.
Yep.
From there, where did it go from there?
From there, I still more go-go dancing gigs, a lot of corporate events I do, as Lady Gaga, as Britney, as Christina, as all the characters that I impersonate. So corporate gigs, and then I started getting into emceeing. So I auditioned to MC at the Monte Carlo pool once back in the day when Monte Carlo was here.
Not being a DJ, just actually just
strictly MC. So I play games at the pool with.
You play games at the pool?
Yeah, play games with them and give them shots. And I really honed in some emceeing skills from that gig, and it was very scary, but it was one of those things where it's like, hey, let's try it.
Had you ever done it before?
No. I mean, I've experience on the microphone singing, but singing and public speaking are completely different.
Absolutely.
I remember being so nervous, and I was like, you know what, though? Another thing I learned about in this town is when agents or people ask you to do things and you can fairly do it, but you're scared.
You say yes.
You say yes to everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that gets you so far in this town, man.
Yeah.
Agents call you, hey, can you do this? Yeah, sure. Yeah, you might not, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
And from that gig, I learned so much. And I did that gig for a year. And then I took that same program because Monte Carlo closed.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I took that same program and brought it over to Caesar's Palace. So I was pretty much the creator. Basically, I took what we did at Monte Carlo and I brought it over to Caesar's pool, and I finagled it, put different games in there and stuff, and brought the program over there. So the program's been at Caesar's Palace now for 3 years.
So how often do you do that?
I do it on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, so you do the show as well as that? Yes. What else do you have going on?
And then I'm still go-go dancing, and I still love it. It's a great workout, and it's fun. I'm just at the nightclub. So I still do that at Paris, at Chateau nightclub.
Oh, at Chateau?
Yeah.
So Jeremy Wolf.
Yes. Yeah, of course. So yeah, I do a lot on the weekends.
Yeah, wow.
A lot.
So you're working 80 hours a week now?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, so because of this year, because of the show, obviously, I couldn't do the pool as much as I did the last 2 years.
You have a sub?
Yeah. So I have me and the one girl, we split a lot of the weekends. So she does it mainly now. And if she needs off, I'll cover her.
Yeah.
Or for the busy weekends, they have 2 of us there now. So it's a great deal. So I can still do it, but not kill myself, because I literally do that from 1 to 5. I do the show from 7 to 8. I have to be there at 6.
Yeah.
And then I do Chateau from 10 to 2:30.
Oh.
Yeah. So there are my triples. But hey, I'm only going to be young once. And I got to do it while I can.
Yeah.
And I love it. Honestly, I love it. I'm a workaholic. I love it.
And it's amazing how even as we get older and everybody gets older, you'll find your way.
They do? I don't think they do. I'm getting younger. Come on.
We all find our way, right, Doug?
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I'm getting younger by the minute.
But yeah, so that's awesome. That's great that you do all those different things. And do you still find time to have some sort of a life?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
good.
Normally during the week, so my boyfriend, he lives with me, and so he's in Ka. So his hours are almost the same as mine. So he's an acrobat in Ka.
Yeah.
Super talented. He's amazing. We've been together for 2 years now. And so he doesn't go into work about the same time I do. Okay. So our mornings are all spent together, which is nice.
Oh, that's
so
good.
from the morning through to the afternoon, we cook breakfast together, we cook lunch together, we meal prep for dinner for the show.
Who does most of the cooking?
Both of us.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
So,
we both equally cook and find recipes together. And
awesome.
Yeah, like this morning, because I was, kind of busy, woke up late, shower, makeup, he cooked everything for me.
Oh,
literally was like, here's your eggs. Like,
he sounds like a keeper.
He's amazing. He is amazing.
And you guys met how?
Through some friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, through friends.
Well, that's the best way to meet anyway.
He's awesome.
That's so great. Good deal. So when are you now? How often does the Blond Invasion Is it 5 nights a week?
It's 6 nights a week.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
lot.
And do you have a sub for that?
I do. The only reason why I do have a sub was because before I signed my contract, so my boyfriend Sean, he, he's obviously, like I said, in CAW, and he only has certain weeks off of the show. Very specific weeks where it's like
Right.
he can't really take off like I can't take off. So we had a vacation plan in the beginning of May. And, when I signed my contract, it was in March. And I said, listen, I have these dates already planned. Vacation has already been booked. We need to find a sub for me. Before I sign my contract, this has to be covered. So we have a girl, her name's Kate Steele. She's also does Gaga in Legends.
I don't know, Kate. That's okay. Anyway,
She's been in Legends for years.
Oh,
She's
okay.
a singer-dancer turned impersonator. So she learned the whole show. So she covered me for the week that I was gone in May. And then she's now in Branson doing Lady Gaga, but she comes back at the beginning of August.
Yeah.
So I don't have a cover until the beginning of August. So if God forbid I get sick, the show must go on.
And
where if she's in town, I could call her and be like, hey, I don't feel good. You have to go in.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've gone on stage
Oh, yeah.
with been completely sick and just dying, but you just have to do it.
You have to. You have to.
There's just no way around
Right.
it.
But obviously, if you have a sub,
Yeah.
it's a little bit
yeah,
easier
that's
on
helpful.
you. Or if, God forbid, something happens, even worse.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Right now, Brittany and Madonna do not have covers. We are literally in the audition process right now for them.
Oh, okay.
Because we need subs.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you this: name the different singers that you impersonate?
So I started off impersonating Britney Spears back in 2000.
Okay.
So I'm doing it for 19 years. It's hard to believe, I know. Started off doing Britney and Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Then added Shakira, Faith Hill, and Lady Gaga about in 2008 or 2009. And then most recently in the last 3 years, Taylor Swift. So I do about 6 of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive. I mean, it's got to be, as a singer, it has to be such a, because I watched a couple of your videos and you really sound like them. And that's not an easy thing to do.
That's my favorite thing about this business. That is my favorite thing. Like, I
Yeah.
know I don't look like Lady Gaga. I do not look like Britney Spears at all. But my whole thing is I want you to be able to watch me from afar and go, I feel like I'm at a Britney Spears concert, or I feel like I'm at a Lady Gaga concert.
Yeah.
I try to alter my face as much as I can to
Yeah.
look like those celebrities, but you can only do so much with
Of
makeup.
course.
I'm not going to put on prosthetics. I'm not
Yeah.
about that. That's
Yeah.
too much. But I try to do with different makeup techniques as much as I can to look like the celebrity, so I can, make it a cool experience for you. But my pride is my voice.
Yeah.
So I try to alter my voice and study as much as possible.
That's got to be so, especially when you're doing someone like Faith Hill must be it must be tricky. Well, Lady Gaga too, because
Lady Gaga's the hardest.
And they're great singers.
Yes.
I mean, we're talking some serious singers here. So
Faith is easy for me because she just stands there and sings. So I don't have to worry about dancing. She has very few movements that she does with her hands. She holds here. She does like this. She does this back thing. I mean, that's it.
Yeah,
She doesn't
yeah.
really have many inflections that you have to do throughout the performance. Now, Lady Gaga, you have to dance, you have to sing all at the same time, and I play piano as well doing
Right.
Lady Gaga. So, I mean, you don't, as an impersonator, you don't have to play an instrument. You can always fake it.
yeah.
But
But you actually play?
yeah, I don't actually play. Like, I don't know what I'm playing, but I think of it as choreography with my hands.
Okay.
So
You actually do play?
I am playing.
Oh, okay.
100%. But I only know how to play Lady Gaga songs.
Okay.
Yes. And I just learned Shallow. So hopefully we're going to put Shallow in the show
Excellent.
within the next couple weeks.
And that movie is just
Incredible.
That movie's so incredible. It was that Bradley Cooper wrote and directed that whole thing.
Who is from Philadelphia.
Oh, he is, huh? Yeah, yeah. There was some great scenes in that.
So good. Just both of them together.
It's such
And the music.
It's such a at the end when he does what he does, and it's like, oh my God,
It's incredible. The music.
Yeah. Oh, the music's great. They worked on that. Bradley Cooper actually, believe it or not, wrote a couple of those songs.
Oh yeah.
And he had a lot to do with finalization of the music for that, and won so many awards.
Oh,
It's
I
incredible.
know. Oscar. Phew.
Yeah, like crazy,
Good for
huh?
her. Good for her. She deserves an Oscar.
And I
She's
had no
very
idea
talented.
that she could act that well. I mean, she was so solid.
Oh yeah, she has a very extensive background of not only singing and dancing but acting as well.
Oh,
She's
wow.
so talented.
Yeah, she is, isn't she? Yeah. Well, I know you have to get going, and I really appreciate you coming over.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
That was so fun.
Yeah, awesome, right? No script. There's never any script on
No,
this.
that's the best. The most raw, organic stuff is like the best.
I know, right?
Like we're just like friends, chilling, drinking some coffee.
And I think the last time I actually saw you, and we've never ever actually sat down and had a conversation before, ever. So this is the first one.
The first, yeah.
But the last time I saw you was at Chris Phillips' wedding.
Oh my God, that was a long time ago.
Because Doug, who is over here, Doug and I did all the sound for it.
Oh yeah.
And you were there, and I got introduced to you, and then we had Trish Batani and Callie as mutual friends, and so I reached out to you, and I'm thank you so much for
Thank you so much for having me,
Yeah.
and good luck with the Executive Blonde podcast.
Yeah, well, you're going to tell everybody about it, and then you're going to get everybody to follow me, right?
Of course, I will try my best.
All right. So anyway, everybody, thanks for tuning in, and we are now signing off. And Christina's going to say goodbye to everybody.
Thank you so much for watching. Come on down. See our show, Blond Invasion, Monday through Saturday, 7 p.m., Planet Hollywood, Beat Theater. Tribute to Britney, Gaga, and Madonna.
Be there or be square.
Be square.
Bye, everybody.